is going on, you guys? It's your girl Naja Renee, and welcome back to the channel. I don't know what I'm doing with my wrist, but alright. Now, if you haven't read the title, today I'm going to be reading and answering, disagreeing, or agreeing with some of you guys' unpopular wrestling opinions. So this is going to be interesting. I think I've done this one time before, but I actually got quite a few now. So, let's get into it. And I'm going to put on my glasses because I'm blind. My vision is just being really bad right now. So, you can see my screen through my glasses. Bear with me. I'm blind. Okay, so the first unpopular opinion, I'm going to read the ones I got from Twitter first, and then I'll jump to Instagram. So, the first one is from Oscar's Mox, one of a very close mutual of mine. They say, not unpopular in a lot of circles, but bar none, Asuka is the best and always will be the best women's wrestler to ever lace up her boots. Now, because I'm a fan of Asuka, I'll agree. And if you haven't watched Asuka before WWE, highly advise you to watch her stuff. Asuka is definitely, my nose is just so bad right now. Asuka is definitely like top 5 for me. Top 5 women's wrestlers for me, like of all time. So if you disagree, argue with your mother because I'm not the one to argue with. Okay, so the next unpopular opinion comes from Young Tev. They say blading is done way too much and should only happen in rare occasions. Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was just me. I'm tired of the blading or the blood every match. John Moxley shade. But like it really, not even special, I get maybe special occasions, I don't know, but like blading to me has become really overrated. I'm tired of it. And then I hate the fact that, I'm not going to say matches or companies because a lot of them do it, when you blatantly see them blading on themselves. It's just me, and I'm squeamish anyway, so I don't like seeing that in matches, but like it's getting to the point where like in every match this person's gonna bleed, this person's gonna have that little spot where they just bleeding randomly, that makes no sense whatsoever. So yes, I agree with that, and they need to chill on that. I know some people like that, some of the hardcore fans like that. Me personally, I do not. I don't want to see it every match. I'm sorry, that's just me. I don't care. It's an unpopular opinion, and I agree with you. The next unpopular opinion comes from a very close friend of mine, Naya Angel Graps. Follow her on Twitter. Literally going to be the next big thing in wrestling. Watch out for her. But her unpopular opinion is the internet does not equal IRL in real life, for people that don't know. People folks hate on here do not be hated IRL. A lot of online opinions do not translate to the casual offline wrestling audience. Now this, agree with 100%. 110%. Let me take my glasses off of that. Like for instance, on Twitter, I don't care. I'm a name drop because I genuinely don't like this person. Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle may have a lot of like people that don't like him online, but he's extremely over in person. So just because a vast majority of us may dislike, hate, don't see the hype in a certain wrestler like online, doesn't mean like the people that don't keep up with the Twitter stuff or in the IWC or just in general, they see a good wrestler, they see a gimmick they like, they're gonna like them. And a lot of people have to realize that we are not as big as you think we are. My camera really interrupted, so I'm sorry if that froze. What was I saying? So like the IWC has to realize that we're not like billions of people. We're not global. We're just a community on Twitter that we all may agree on some things, but the people IRL and you see like their reactions on TV and all that, completely different. And you wonder why, oh, these people have such and such fans, X, Y, Z. I'm like, but yeah, you guys have to realize we're literally just like a crumb of the wrestling community versus like the outside people that just see people when they like them. They don't care about all that. They don't care about stuff from like the past, even though they should. Or they just simply don't know. But like, I agree with that. Because the hate or dislike online does not translate to in person. Unless it was like text a teen dream, for instance, like him. People like them, yeah. But like other people, like I said, like Riddle, Theory, is people we may not like that are completely over to the outside people. And another thing I'm gonna add on, even though she didn't say it, people can't separate the character from the person in real life. Like, I'll use the Ridge Holland thing for example. People sending him death threats and his family death threats and wishing harm on him over the thing with Biggie. Listen, I'm a Biggie fan. Was I upset? Yes. Am I sending that man threats? No. You have to realize that these are real people, and the people saying this to these wrestlers, first of all, y'all crazy because y'all wouldn't say this in person to them, because you know they would drag you into next year. And that's all I'm gonna say. But I got off track. But I agree. The online hate does not translate to what you see on TV. That's it. That's all. And then she added a part two, kind of, sort of, but she has a second one, and it says, also fans need to stop commenting on botches. If you've never been in the ring, you don't fully understand the mechanics of wrestling, and people look silly as hell commenting on it half the time. And I agree as well. I'm not a wrestler. I don't have it in me to be a wrestler. This is why I want to be like a commentator, and I really, really, really want to do commentary with Byron Saxton. That's like ultimate dream of mine. You better stay in the company by the time I finish school. But yeah, I agree with that. It's always the people that think they know wrestling. Like I said, I'm not a wrestler. I know I have friends that I've met through wrestling that are like wrestling training to be wrestlers, and I know literal actual wrestlers, like trained professionals. Things happen. Y'all don't understand. Sorry, my dog was over there messing with stuff and my camera wouldn't focus. But what was I saying? Where was I? Oh yeah, y'all just constantly commenting on like, oh, such and such botched the move, or so and so could do this better. Like, wrestling is hard. It's not easy. They make it look easy because they've been training for years and years and years and years. Just because they might have been WWE for 3, don't mean they wasn't out in the indies and training for like 10, 15. So the fact that y'all think y'all better than when these wrestlers and think y'all can do better, humble yourself because you can't. Like when y'all was making fun of, even like when y'all make fun of, for instance, like Liv Morgan when she do a botch, or like especially when the women do botches, y'all are insane. Like, I want to see the people who always pointing out botches. I want to see y'all do I want to see y'all do their move, because I know damn well I couldn't do it. That's why I don't comment on it. Because I know wrestling's hard. Like I said, I have friends that are training to be wrestlers. I have friends that do professional wrestling. That shit ain't easy, okay? Calm that down, because y'all couldn't even do a rope. Y'all couldn't even do bounce back on the ropes, because them ropes is hard. Okay? Half the bumps they do, y'all couldn't do them. So chill out. Immediately. Because that's not cute. It ain't funny. Like, chill out with that. It's weird. Stop it. Okay, this next unpopular opinion comes from Not G1. Well, Night on Twitter. Hey. She says, sick of the term drop the ball or flop in reference to a performer's current gimmick. Some people go through several gimmicks for years before they strike gold. You don't get big time backs without the last kicker. I just butchered that so bad. Or you're a tribal chief without the big dog. Thank you. These people did not just get to the top of the ladder overnight. It's not easy. It's not easy. A lot of our faves has gone through so many questionable like gimmicks and stuff before they found one that stuck. Now, I love the New Day. Obviously, I have Xavier Woods somewhere. He's here. I got Xavier Woods, for example. Xavier Woods had this little Get Funky theme in NXT. Then he debuted twice. Twice. He debuted once with Brodus Clay and the Funkadactyls. Then he was R-Truth's mysterious tag partner. Like I said, I've been a fan of his for so long. His gimmicks have been questionable. And then the New Day. And it took the New Day a while to get over, but look at them now. They're one of the most over tag teams. I'm going to say top 3 so far. Not even so far. Top 3 in the WWE that's so over. It takes years. Some people have it immediately. Some people don't. And for y'all to say, oh, let's say if, for instance, Roman, oh, you dropped the ball on him. Look at him. He's been champ for way too long, in my opinion, and I love Roman. But, I agree. That's all I'm going to say, because I could talk about this for a whole damn video. But, that's all I'm going to say, really. You also humble yourselves, because your favorite wrestlers would not be where they are if they didn't have multiple gimmicks or had some questionable gimmicks to get where they are now. That's all I'm going to say. So, I agree. Okay, so the next unpopular opinion. Storytelling is much more important than the amount of moves you do in the match. I will agree to that as well. For instance, the main storyline going on right now, the Bloodline. That you have to have stories with these. I hate when they try to just throw random feuds together and it just don't make sense. You don't have time to build it or give it a story. Like the Bloodline. Bianca and Becky's whole story was led to Bianca holding the title for an entire year now. One whole year. That story was done perfectly when Bianca had to scratch and crawl her way to the top. The Bloodline story starts with Jay. I still believe it's going to end with Jay somehow, some way. Or the Bloodline is going to just split. I don't know, but the whole Bloodline is going to end with Jay regardless. This whole, like I said, the Bloodline thing. Sammy and Roman. Gunther and Sheamus. Sheamus, and Drew. That's the match means more when there's a story involved. When okay, if so-and-so wins or loses, this adds to the story. Cody Rhodes too, for example. Y'all know I love Cody. I got little Cody right there. See? Cody's story. I know, I was pissed off he ain't win Mania. But, this is also building to the story and building his, he ain't lose momentum, but it's going to come back 10 times stronger now when he does face Roman eventually again for the titles and does win. If he wins. I want him to win. Good Lord, I want him to win. But yes, but when you have a story involved with the match, it makes it 10 times better. It makes it more enjoyable. Not just a week of exchanges and then you end the match and then after that it's just, no. That's just me. I like storylines on top of good matches. You can have a good match without storyline, but the storyline, amplifies the match more. If that makes sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay, now we're moving over to the Instagram unpopular opinions. The first one is from soulless_senpai17, and he says, The Rock is overrated, Cena is better. I agree, especially after all this stuff that we wanted with WrestleMania. The Rock can stay in Hollywood right now. He can. And I've always preferred Cena over The Rock anyway, so. Next one is from CJ Gilliard Jr. CJ, you're lucky. You're very lucky. He's like my little brother. You lucky. Because he says Cody Rhodes is less deserving for the title than half the roster. Why do you say that? Enlighten me. Actually, anybody who agrees with that, or has tried to tell me that, I want to know why you think Cody is less deserving. I get there are other people, like I'm the same way. There's other people I want to dethrone Roman. I think Seth deserves another proper shot because technically he really didn't lose and he never got another rematch after that. Like I've said multiple times, I think Jay should be the one to end the bloodline story. Do I want it to be for both titles? No, Jay. I want Jay to have one of them. I really want them to split the title so Jay can take the Universal title from Roman. But honestly, the deserving ones, I think Cody, Jay, Seth, and I want I have a shirt on, but I really want Big E to have, you know, a rematch with Roman, a proper rematch, and I want him to win. Even though their last match wasn't for any titles, I want it to be. Those are my 4. After that, I really don't know. Maybe Gunther. Okay, that's 5. It's 5. Okay, that's my top 5. But Cody isn't less deserving. Like, maybe it'll change after you see how Cody works his way back up to the title match in the future. But he's not less deserving than anyone else on the roster. In fact, he's top 5 that should take at least one of the belts off Roman. The next one is from Jimmy J's and 3 6s. I don't like that number. But Cody is the most overrated wrestler right now. Again, this is a Cody fan you're saying this to. If you think he's overrated to you. Is he overrated with the crowd? Because he's very over with the crowd. Like I said in one of the previous ones, what you think online versus what you see on TV and IRL, 2 completely different things. So if you think he's overrated, he might be overrated. To everyone else, he is very over and one of the top people in the company right now. Next one is from another friend, Maya Day. Nikki's long ass title reign was not needed. It only happened because they wanted to replace AJ. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because if I said this, I would have got jumped. I would have got jumped on Twitter for that. I agree. They just wanted to erase AJ out of history. It's kind of like what WWE is doing with Naomi and Sasha right now too. So I guess Nikki's reign was unnecessary. Hers was actually a reign of terror. If you want to talk about reigns of terror, she was one of them, and it was unneeded. It was so unneeded, and she didn't really need to hold the title for that long. I don't remember how long she held it, but it was a long time. She didn't need it. So many other women could have had that title. She could have just been a placeholder for the next person. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. But no, yeah, she shouldn't have held it that long. I don't care. I agree with you. Okay, the next one is from Mike DeWise. Logan Paul should beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Hell no. Logan Paul should not win any more matches. He didn't win at WrestleMania. Thank God. Seth finally got his win. Hell no. Logan Paul needs to pack his bags and go. And then, okay, this is the next one, but Levante always makes me laugh. This is from WWE Levante. He says, anything AEW is overrated besides Jade Cargill. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Everything in AEW is overrated except for Jade Cargill and Ricky Starks in Orange Cassidy. Other than that, you're not wrong at all. Which also ties into the next one. It's from Malgos. AEW is overrated. I'll agree to an extent. I just started getting back into AEW, but the couple shows I did watch, I really didn't watch fully all the way through. Like, I'm really trying my best. I really have. I don't know what it is. Like, it's the same with WWE too. Like, sometimes it'll have its months where I'm just like, eh. Some days I'm like, ooh. Recently with AEW, it's just, because I don't know what the hell's going on anymore. I really don't. I'm sorry. So I'll agree. AEW is kind of overrated right now. Another one from Malgos. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. They say the bloodline is the best thing in wrestling so far. Also agree. I don't think that's unpopular because really everybody will agree that the bloodline is like the best thing going right now. And I really don't know what'll top the bloodline story when it does end, because it'll end before this year is up. I hope. Because I can't take another year of Roman champion. I'm sorry. I love Roman to death, but I can't. Alright, you guys. Well, that concludes today's video. There were a couple more I didn't. It was a lot. I just chose the best ones to answer, or like Vontae's one. This is ones that make me laugh. I'll definitely do another one of these probably in the future. Not even, maybe in a couple months actually, because I like doing these things. I like when y'all ask me questions. I like doing stuff like this. Helps me get to know y'all more. Y'all get to know me more. We can discuss, have discourse about it. I like it. I like doing this stuff with y'all. So thank you guys so for watching. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. As I'm looking right now, we are at literally 699. We're one away from 700. So like I said, every video, subscribe, share, like, send it to your mom, your aunt, your brother, your sister, your dad, your uncle, your cousins, your neighbors, your pets, everybody, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.